Hey, back again with some more insight. Okay, so all right, Yellowstone. Again, Yellowstone is where I left off, so let me refer back to Yellowstone. Yellowstone is a supervolcano here in the United States. It's located in the western part of the US. There are many volcanoes. Some are inactive. Will they wake up? Maybe. Who knows? Again, never say never. The last time Yellowstone cauldron erupted, it shot magma out called rhyolite, or rhyolite, however you call it. So rhyolite cauldron complexes are the most explosive of Earth's volcanoes, but often don't even look like it. So basically, Yellowstone, most of the magma sits under the ground. It's not, very, pronounced as far as height goes. So again, so that's why it's called a cauldron. The last time Yellowstone erupted, rhyolite, it shot a very long way. The distance between Wyoming, the United States state, Wyoming, to Louisiana, the state of Louisiana, over 1,000 square miles, perhaps even further. The state of Louisiana unearthed rhyolite magma. That's why, and that's how true it came from Yellowstone. The landscape of the United States will change drastically the next time it erupts. When this happens, whether it be a major earthquake or a supervolcano eruption or another catastrophic event or both. Also, there's not much research done about underwater volcanoes, so they've been discovering underwater volcanoes. The last well-known one was Hungatonka and the way it exploded a few years back. And then there was a discovery of one off the coast of Oregon. So there's one in the water there. So there, and that, as far as the Earth, her crust is changing, so it's opening up those type of things as well. Okay. Then this will conclude something very interesting that'll happen to the United States, whether you believe me or not. I'm just giving it to you straight. Okay. So then after we have a major volcano eruption, earthquake, or whatever, we are going to be infiltrated with an influx of soldiers from other countries, partly due to open borders and them wanting to help, of course, but then deceiving the people. It's going to happen. I don't care what you believe, because it's coming soon, sooner than later. So basically, and you have some of the bad people here. They're not all bad immigrants. We're all immigrants except the Native Americans. So everybody's not bad. It's just you have people that come here that are bad, unfortunately, and they are here, and the gangs and stuff. So because they're trying to make money the short version way, drugs, smuggling, human trafficking, sex trafficking, or whatever. So again, you can't hide, and you ain't going to be able to run, whoever you are. So again, the people are being deceived in that way. As the U.S. was bullied to other countries, pretty much the U.S. has always been a strong power. So as people are kind of bullies, as far as you get what a bully is, pushes their agenda on others. So as the United States was a bully to other countries along the way, something has been forming, and it's actually called the BRICS. It's actually spelled BRICS, BRICS, not like bricks of like wall bricks. Okay, so the BRICS is an fundamental government organization. Well, currently who's involved? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates, EMIRATES, as well as other countries. All right, So the bricks is important because in the Bible, I don't know a lot about the Bible, but I know what I need to know. So in the Bible, you have Russia, the bear, China, the dragon, and India, the tiger, who may come against America one day as a powerhouse against America. So keep that in mind as well. And then we're in an age that people don't understand. It's getting digital. We are also in an age of AI. AI is artificial intelligence, which I actually call the Antichrist, AI. In some places, they are building army of robots. So Mr. Elon Musk and whoever, they are starting to build robots for different things. They have robots that can go places where humans probably can't. Or let's say if you know, to where they don't need oxygen. So, they can go. They say they were built for the Mars mission, but I don't know. To where one day if somebody decides to use this against us, it can happen. So just keep that in mind, because we do have drones. We have weird ones that people were wondering what those lights in the sky in the Northeast were recently, as well as phones and robots. But you have governmental drones, and then you have itty-bitty drones, and then you have extraterrestrial drones, which are called UFOs in different sizes. And then we also have Siri, Google, and Alexa, and those things, which they do track us, and cookies track us. But if you don't think you're being tracked, you are wrong. I'm not saying, you are or you aren't, but you pretty much are. If you're important, people are going to know. Like I said, they're going to track you. They can listen to your conversations, but most likely, unless you are somebody special or possibly a criminal, most people, like I said, they know who you are already with all the technology that's here. So you are being tracked even if you don't think it. It's like Skynet. You remember the movie Skynet and the Terminator? I'll be back. And what we see in movies, typically, we've seen a lot of movies over the last several years that we're actually seeing things come to life. So they show us in movies things that actually are existing now, which is, it's called precognitive programming. So, to where you might see something years past that happens relevantly now in today's times or in the future. So climate scientists have many issues that deserve recognition, though. More importantly, we need to correct the political propaganda when it comes to climate change and the actual facts. We should be having factual information as such as I'm giving you. So what's interesting, what plays a role in why the shifts and changes are occurring? So it has to do with the relationship between the sun and the earth. So the sun and the earth, they're in love. They love each other. They have spats sometimes, like a normal relationship would go through cycles. Okay, so basically volcanoes and the magnetic poles shift, flipping of the magnetic poles. More solar energy enters the planet. Particle forcing in the magnetic field is the primary effect and the major effect. The effect on the ozone is causing thinning, causing decline to let more particles in, so it lets more rays in and stuff like that. So that's what's currently happening. The geomatic storms basically is also a thing from the sun and sunspots. Then we have what the sun emits different energy, and we actually call them solar flares. So we have different levels of solar flares. We have X-class flares are the most powerful solar flares. Then we have M-class flares, which they're medium. We have C-class flares, B-class flares, A-class flares, which are the weakest to hit Earth. Then there's also cannibals, which are CMEs. If multiple CMEs are expelled into succession, the faster bursts can can take over and assimilate slower ones in front of it to create what scientists call cannibal CMEs. It's spelled CANNIBAL CMEs. So an example to that is if you have two hurricanes out there, one will suck up the other, and then it basically expands it so it'll give it more strength. So that's kind of the same thing, but in the form of flares. So it could erupt as a stronger blast as it overtakes the other one, basically. Now, effects that happen from solar flares that people don't understand concerning technology, effects could be radio blackouts, cell phone disruptions, satellites, internet, among other technology interruptions. They also affect people in different ways. Strong frequencies. So they do, if you're vibrating from a frequency, because we all are, they do, affect everything and everybody from the planet and everything on it. Then you also have missing Dead Sea Scrolls, which missing Dead Sea Scrolls are ancient manuscripts were still being decoded by NASA in 2018. So this was actually happening in 2019 or 2018. NASA, I like to call NASA, never get a straight answer. I'm not, because we don't usually get the information till later on as far as that goes. But now you have SpaceX, so I'm not, will they give us answers or they'll be like NASA? Because remember, they're partners. It actually does go back, though, to what's called, before the Sea Scrolls, it's the ancient tablets, which the Emerald tablets or the Sumerian tablets were ancient tablets, and that was ancient knowledge, and that was the first knowledge on the planet before books, before scrolls, before, Bibles and things like that. So what's interesting is it's been decoded, and we don't know some of the information. And then there are books missing from the Bible itself. And the Bible you have to read everything to understand, not just the Bible per se, if you're religious or you want to understand. Okay, King James, like the King James version of the Bible was written over time, many a times as well, and there are certain things taken out of it. But many of you probably don't know who King James was. So King James, he was Queen Elizabeth's ancestor somewhere in the grandfather lineage. Okay, so he was a real actual person. So, things were removed for whatever reason. As well as the Vatican hides a lot of stuff, as so does the one in Washington, the Smithsonian, I don't know how to say that. So they actually have all kinds of stuff that's hidden, and it's interesting artifacts that go back thousands of years as well. Just a fun fact. So we shouldn't be playing God or be playing with Pandora's box like HARP or CERN, because it's very concerning. Many people don't believe in God or a higher power. That's fine. That's your business. Scientists or whoever is trying to find godlike particles playing with CERN, they're opening portals with a collider under the ground, I think in Switzerland. And they're playing with things they shouldn't be playing with, basically. So CERN, if you don't know what it is, each time weird things happens when they play with their little collider thing under the ground. And it's top secret information. And then we have signs in the sky. So we'll have supernovas, like Betelgeuse has currently been under watch. That's actually considered a supernova. It's a star. And then you have kilonovas, which is also, it's greater than a supernova, which is going to be like a big explosion in the sky, and you should be able to see it from this planet. So it's quite interesting, as far as that. So those are things we need to look for as well. All right, well, I'll be back, so stay tuned. All right, guys, peace out.